Financial planning and investing for the future can sometimes feel like a minefield, and the importance can be significant, so choosing the right advisor is essential. Joining me now to share tips and explain the different types of investments is Scott Knudsen at CCCU. Scott, how are you doing?
Pretty good. Hope you're well.
I am going to be so much better when you help me out on some of these questions I have for you. So let's dive into the most asked question. How do I know that I'm ready to invest?
So that's going to be a little different for every single person, of course, but I do have some general guidelines. The first thing is that you should find yourself with a little bit of extra money every month. So after you've paid your bills and all of your non-discretionary expenses are settled, you should have a little bit left over. Then you should also have at least 4 to 6 months of your monthly bills worth of liquid assets just ready to go as an emergency fund. And that's money just in your checking and savings account. After you've got those two things covered, it's time to start looking at some longer term investments, I think.
Okay, so it's easy to get lost in the market. Can you simplify the different types of investments that are available to people?
There are a dizzying number of investments out there, and it can be very confusing, but they mostly boil down to two basic types. The first type that a lot of people are going to be familiar with are equities. Most people, when they hear equity, they think of home equity. They think of the value in their home. But what equity really just refers to is a share of ownership in something. This is typified by stocks. So if you own a share of stock like Apple or Google, you're actually a very, very tiny part owner of the company. Equities tend to have high upside potential, but they can also be very volatile. So as we see in years like 2008 or 2020, when the market goes down, your equities often are going to go down along with them, and it can be jarring. The other basic type of investment is what's called a fixed income investment. Those are things like bonds or CDs, where you're lending money to some kind of an institution. It could be a bank or a credit union. It could even be the government. And they're agreeing to pay you back at some point in the future with interest. Fixed income investments tend to be much less volatile than equities, but the trade-off there is that you get less upside potential with them.
So that's all the tips that people need to know about investing and the differences between them. Another thing that people always talk about is the Dow and the S&P, but I don't think most people know what they actually are. So can you explain a little bit more in depth as to what they actually are?
Certainly. Those are different types of stock indexes, which are a collection of stocks that are chosen usually by some kind of a ratings company. And they're selected to give you a good cross-section of the US, usually the US stock market, could also be a foreign market, but it just gives you an idea of the overall health of that market. So for instance, the S&P 500, it's 500 stocks chosen by Standard & Poor's to give you a general idea of how the market is doing. So when people talk about the market being up or the market being down, they're usually referring to one of these stock indexes. And as we mentioned earlier with equities versus fixed income, if you hear that one of the major stock indexes is down, it's very possible that if you have equity assets, those are going to be down along with them.
Okay. With all this great advice, clearly people are going to be interested in chatting with you. How can they get in touch with you, and what's your main tip to start investing for someone?
So the main tip I would have to start investing is to find an advisor that is going to listen to you, figure out what you specifically need, and then work with you to get what you specifically need, as opposed to just throwing you into some cookie cutter solution. If somebody wanted to talk to me and my team about doing that, you can reach me here at the Clark County Credit Union's Investment Center. The number is 702-463-8433. You'll either get me or you'll get my associate Joanne, and always happy to give somebody an appointment, have a face-to-face meeting or on the phone if they're more comfortable with that, and see where you stand and what we can do for you.
Scott, all great advice, fabulous information as well. And also, if you don't call the number, you can also visit investmentcentercccu.com.